Okay, here we have a table, or actually it's two tables. One is going to be, we're going to fill it in, of course, but one is going to be for demand. So we'll have our prices and the quantity demanded. That's our demand table, demand schedule. Then we'll use these same prices and pair them with quantities supplied. So that will be our supply table. And this is going to be demand and supply for jeans. And our prices will be they'll be these. And we're going to have at 130 at $130, the quantity demanded is going to be 20. At $100, the quantity demanded is going to be 60. At $70, quantity demanded will be 120. At $40, it will be 180. And at $10, it will be 24. And I should say the jeans here are all exactly the same. Or they can be different sizes, but the quality is exactly the same. Everything about them is exactly the same, other than size. Okay, then at 130, our quantity supplied is going to be 220. At $100, it will be 178. At $70, it will be 120. At $40, it will be 63. And at $10, it will be 224. Okay, and this over here on the far right is separate, not technically part of supply or demand, but we'll fill in this part of the table as well. Okay, so here we have demand and supply. Now let's put them together in a graph. So I drew the curves. We just need to add the prices and the quantities and see what we see here. Okay, we'll start at $130. So we said that at that price, the quantity demanded is going to be 20, and the quantity supplied is going to be 220. Okay, so at $130, let's say that people in this market only buy one pair of jeans. So when the price is $130, there are 20 people, let's say, or one way or another, 20 pairs get sold because some number of people value the jeans this highly at $130. Not many people, but some people place this high value on these jeans. Now at the same time, when the price is $130, producers are going to be willing and able to supply 220 pairs of jeans. Okay, so down here we have two things going on. This is quantity demanded, and this is quantity supplied. Okay, so what we find is if the price is $130, consumers will buy 20 pairs and producers will supply 220. So we're going to have a surplus of jeans. This whole distance here, and our surplus is going to be 200 pairs. That is 200 pairs that get produced, get made, but don't get sold. Okay, now at $100, quantity demanded is going to be 60. Quantity supplied is going to be 178. Okay, so 60 people, let's say everyone buys just one pair, 60 people value these jeans highly enough to pay $100. And at the same time, if the price is $100, producers are going to be willing and able to supply 178 pairs of jeans. at this price. Okay, so again, this is quantity demanded. This is quantity supplied. Okay, so we still have a surplus. There still will be more jeans that are produced than consumers are willing to buy. However, our surplus is going to be smaller. Now our surplus is 118 pairs. All right, now at $70, the quantity demanded is going to be 120, and our quantity supplied is going to be 120. Actually, let's skip that one for a moment. Go down here to $10. So at $10, oops, I have these mixed up. At $10, the quantity demanded is going to be 224, and the quantity supplied is going to be 24. Okay, so at $10, okay, so at $10, now demand is way over here. And it's going to be 224, as we just said. Supply, meanwhile, is just going to be here. 24 pairs. Okay, so there are going to be a lot of people for whom these jeans are worth, the value they place on them is $10 or higher. And so they're going to be willing to buy a pair at this price. However, at $10, suppliers are only going to be able and willing to produce 24 pairs. Only the easiest jeans to make, however that might work out, are going to be made at $10. Only the jeans with the lowest opportunity cost will be made at $10. Okay, so now we are going to have a shortage. So we have a shortage, and our shortage is going to be 200 pairs. At this price, consumers want 224. Producers are only supplying 24. Okay, so here we have a shortage. All right, now let's jump up to $40. So at that price, consumers want 180 pairs. Producers will supply 63. Okay, so again, demand is over here now, 180. And the quantity supplied is going to be 63. Okay, again, you got to keep track of which values refer to a quantity demanded and which refer to a quantity supplied. Okay, so consumers at $40, consumers want 180 pairs. Suppliers are only willing and able to produce 40. So again, we have a shortage, although now our shortage is going to be smaller. Okay, and then finally, at $70, the quantity demanded is going to be 120, and the quantity supplied will also be 120. Okay, so here we have neither a shortage nor a surplus. So that's our equilibrium price and quantity, $70 and 120.